to I just got back from doing a funeral for a delightful family. They're not members of our church. And I walk in the funeral home, and I guess I'm wearing black. And the funeral director looks at me and says, "Well, Don, I didn't know you knew how to dress like a real minister." And not sure how to take that. But I hurt for that family because, and some of you have been through this, when you go through a tough time like our country is going through now and the world is, and then you lose somebody you love, and you can't give that person the kind of send-off you may want to. But they were simple and gentle and humble, and it's Friday, and in 2 days we're going to celebrate Palm Sunday. And I was thinking of how different Palm Sunday is going to be. You know, Palm Sunday is one of my favorite days, almost a favorite of mine over Easter, just because there's something about Palm Sunday ushering in Holy Week and the season of spring and a sense of expectation. You know, when Jesus came into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday, the people shouted, "Hosanna to the King of David," and there was a sense that he was just going to change things, that somehow his kingdom would give them a new sense of power and glory and position. And then a few days later, their expectations were dashed, and he died on the cross. Because Jesus' expectations were about an inner spirit, about a spirit that stays alive in us in the toughest of times. And Jesus' kingdom was not about power and control. His kingdom was one of gentleness and an inner spirit that would get us through the best and the worst of times. And I guess that's what we're going through now. I think of you, and spring for a lot of you is a season of expectation. Sometimes it's a wedding or a christening, a baptism, a shower. It's graduating from high school or college. It's that job interview and knowing that somehow in the blooming of spring that there's going to be a lot of joy and happiness in your life, and now a lot of those expectations have been dashed. And yet in the middle of all this, we share and hold on to a spirit that indeed will hold us together. That Palm Sunday is not just about Jesus coming into Jerusalem. Palm Sunday is about your journey. Knowing that wherever your journey leads you, and in the last 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, our journeys have taken a detour. They've gone in a different direction. But Palm Sunday is about you, and knowing that a gentle carpenter and a higher power walks that journey with you, and maybe can give you a kind of strength that you never thought you had. I was thinking about God. God gives us this creation to take care of, to live in it. And God's power is not about control. God's power is about love and being in the midst of all we're going through. And I think God weeps with us sometimes when his creation is not maybe going the way that he created it to be, because this virus is tough. And God doesn't control it, but God is in the midst of our journey, in the midst of our struggle. And hopefully that gives us strength. I know a lot of you are going through a tough time. Please don't be afraid to ask for help. Please don't be afraid to ask for assistance, because we are the church, and we're going to discover, especially this week, that church is not about how many people, and church is not about filling the place, but church is about the spirit and the love that we carry as we walk every day. Thanks for taking the time to be with us. And tomorrow we'll have another meditation. It's going to be at 1 o'clock tomorrow, if that's okay. We'll be at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Anyway, love you, care about you, and I'm glad we're walking this journey together. God bless.